Mentioned limiting the players' use of Twitter and YouTube. What do you philosophically think about Twitter and YouTube? Is it something you read or watch, read things on Twitter, watch things on YouTube? What do you think about that?
I think that it's a wonderful thing that's happened in our society, that we've had this amount of information that's been kind of free and open. I know it's a threat to you guys' jobs in a lot of situations, so I empathize with you in that regard. But there's such an access. The type of things that we're getting, I mean, maybe Huffington News or Press, whatever, Huffington Post, I should say, might be one of the resources that's, elevated this, but a lot of it ends up in just being gossip and hearsay. And so, it just continues to make our society very gossip or personality oriented. So from that standpoint, I think that there's a negative part of it. From the positive standpoint, there's some things that happen I think that are very good. And as far as the Twitter goes, I think it's, Janie uses it. She thinks that it's a good information source to continue to, keep people informed that are basketball fans, that are Laker fans, and encourages me to start. And I'm saying no, I don't think I will. But it is a little bit of a contested situation between the two of us as to its value and where it sits as far as how much value it has in our lives. So that's still up for grabs. And I think that the NBA is kind of scrambling to follow the NFL or what pro baseball's done, the major leagues have done with it. I haven't heard anything at all. But I know pro football's, has a stance, and we're going to have a stance on it too.
Coach, can you talk about the triangle offense coming in? The team should know it mostly, except, and Ron actually has a background in Chicago in his first year too. Is this the kind of year where there's not a lot of instruction as far as basics that you think you'll be able to advance the training on, or is that already accomplished?
My coaching staff and I just got through watching the final game of the last year. We usually do it together because it's kind of ends last year and begins this year as to where we're at. And I think when we look back at it and see that we ran, basically we organized the floor well. We didn't execute the floor or the game right. And even a final game like that, game number 4, we did very well. The ball movement and things like that. So there are always issues that coaches have in the system or in something that's a team function like an offensive system like that need to be improved on. So there'll be a lot of instructions on that, and we have a lot of distance to cover. I mean, there's just a lot of ways and different ways to use the personnel that we have to come in, and so we'll have to figure out how to do that. And so there'll be a lot of fundamentals.